Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to mattsteinway.com. I'm up here with Justin Taylor in, what's the suburb called?
Gungahlin.
Gungahlin. My camera's just broken. I don't know what's going on with it, so I've had to use the car camera, and you won't see me, you'll just see Justin. Hey mate.
Hey mate.
How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad mate. How about yourself?
Yeah, really good. Lucky you got an emergency camera mate, because of the long drive I couldn't go home and get the other one. So, thanks for catching up, first of all.
It's okay, mate. Thank you.
McGrath office. I might be able to show people this. It's a very big, good-looking space. Can't see that. It's just like the front desk over there. How long you own this office, mate?
Mate, well, myself and Craig started the company here last February.
Yep.
6th of February is when we started last year. So,
yep.
You know, we've been going now for 14 months.
Yep.
And it's been good fun, mate. Yeah,
pretty new.
Hard work. Started with 3 of us, and we're up to 10 now. So 10 staff. So
yep.
Starting to build some good inroads.
So what are you doing to generate business? Like, is it a new office? Is it a hard thing to, you know, start from? You were established in this area, were you, before?
Yeah, I've been selling in this area for 7 years, or 7.5 years, with another agency for 6.5 years of that, so 12 months or so with McGrath.
Yep.
So build a fair bit of, I suppose, a client base here already, and for us the obvious choice was to start here. You know, because of that. Gungahlin itself is also one of the fastest growing areas in Australia.
Is it?
Yeah.
Mate, like driving in, everyone can't see that, but there's just so many land subdivision new houses. Like, how many new houses are being built out there?
Well, look, at the moment you've got you've got Ford under construction, you've got Bonner, you've got Casey, Springbank Rise. There's development galore going on Flemington Road. So there's plenty. There's no shortage of new developments. But look, it's been that way for the last 7 years I've been here. You know, people say, "Oh, where are all these people coming from?" You know.
Yeah, I was going to say, where's your market?
It's a good question. I mean, the population in Canberra doesn't seem to grow that quickly.
Yep.
It's pretty
like
awesome,
a lot of houses to fill.
Pretty awesome spot to live.
Yeah.
But no, look, it's been a question that's been posed to me for 6 or 7 years. Where are all these people coming from?
Yeah.
I think it's probably the population is ageing. You know, kids get to a certain age, they want their own place. They're moving out of home.
Yeah.
So it's an ageing population, and you know, the houses. Last 6-7 years, they've all been sold and filled. So, regardless of what's being built,
that's huge.
They all go.
So a lot of it would be people upscaling as well. You think, like in a $350,000 house, they want to move to something brand new, nicer, bigger.
Yeah, look, I suppose as
people, a lot of
people.
Internal movement.
Yeah, look, I suppose as people's families expand in terms of the kids move out of home, the parents then downsize. The kids themselves then get to an age where they're looking to start a family, so they might have started with a 2-bedroom apartment or a small 3-bedroom home.
Yep.
They've now got you know, a newborn or a couple of kids.
Yep.
They're looking to expand to their next property. So I suppose the platform, particularly with all the units, is great for first home buyers. It's more affordable, because the Canberra market is quite expensive. Median house price is around the 2nd highest in Australia. Really? So it is expensive. So the more affordable options are the smaller properties, and that's a lot of what's been developed in recent times.
Right, so they're developing the smaller stuff.
Well, yeah, a lot of 2-bedroom units. There's a heap about to come on.
Yeah.
And there's always a market for that, but then you've got the people who started with that sort of property who, as their family is expanding, they're then looking for, I suppose, the next step up on the property ladder, so you know, moving into either bigger freestanding 3-bedroom homes or 4-bedroom homes.
Yeah, right. Cool. So you're a selling principal?
Yeah, pretty much, I suppose. I'm not considered, I don't like to, I mean, Craig is the principal.
Yeah, director, selling director.
Yeah, partner. So, you know, I just treat it for myself as same as a sales agent would.
Yep.
I'm out there every day. I don't like to get...
Does Craig, sorry to cut you off, does Craig look after the running of the office,
Yes.
day-to-day running, and you're out there selling.
Yep.
So that partnership works pretty well.
Yeah, it works great because we're very different personalities.
Yep.
We don't. I'm not interested in being the boss sort of role and I suppose laying down the law.
Yeah.
You know, I love selling. I love just doing what I do. Craig's great at running the business, and so our combination does work beautifully because we're not we're not both trying to run the boat. So
and you need that. So that's really good. So do you work like in an area yourself, like a core area, or do you just service the whole suburb?
yeah, initially I started out trying to focus on the actual suburb of Gungahlin.
Yeah.
That's predominantly where all my early sales were made. Gungahlin and Harrison are the two suburbs that I've tried to. I've probably had the most business and sold in excess of 85, 90 properties in each of those suburbs alone. So that's where I'm primarily focused. But as my business has expanded, and now marketing to some other areas and I suppose the broader market, and happy to sell anywhere. So rather than just focusing on just one or two suburbs, it's pretty much the whole area.
Yep.
I'll go anywhere. Since being with McGrath, the good thing is, and the power of, I suppose, the McGrath brand is I'm getting called into other areas outside of the Gungahlin market. So south side, Jerrabomberra, New South Wales, other areas where I previously had never sold properties.
Yeah, definitely. So it's the more regional approach, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. And that's the way that McGrath, I suppose, like to do it is less offices but with a wider reach.
Definitely. Do you prospect every day? Like, do you cold call or do you letterbox drop or do you do nothing?
Oh, look, cold calling's not. I'm not high on that sort of approach. I do prospecting in a different way in terms of I do invest a lot of money in self-promotion, letterbox drops, calendars, print media, and I suppose I do focus on that more so on the hard, get on the phone for a couple of hours and ring 300 people. I probably struggle a bit less with that, and that's one area where I'm looking to expand my business, bring someone on to do that so that I can expand my business possibly further. But most of my clientele these days has come from results in the past, I suppose, continually doing the right thing by people, treating people the right way, word of mouth. Canberra's very small.
Yeah, small but big.
Small but big.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big enough not to be too small.
Yeah.
No, but look, traditionally, I suppose, if you've got a good reputation in Canberra, that will get around pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Likewise, if you're doing the wrong thing by people, it probably gets around even more quickly. So really important that you're just continually doing the right thing by people, treating people the right way, do what you say you're going to do, and just be a good bloke and treat people, how they should be.
Yeah, good advice. Very good advice.
Thanks, mate.
So when do you think is the right time for someone to open an office? I know lots of salespeople out there go, I want to open an office, I should open an office, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. When do you think is the right time? Like, do you think it's a dangerous thing to do? Do you think it should be considered carefully, or?
It definitely needs to be considered carefully. It's definitely not an easy decision.
Yep.
And a lot of the times, you might be thinking of it for 2, 3, 4, 5 years, 10 years before you actually make that leap.
What prompted you to do it?
For myself, I suppose it's just the attractiveness of being your own boss, more so. The excitement that goes with that as well, and the excitement of...
Excitement or stress? No.
Look, I'm not one to stress out too much about things, so I kind of take it in my stride, but I suppose it's more of the satisfaction you get of doing it yourself and the possibility of where you might be in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years' time.
Yeah.
So I suppose the advice I'd give to any agent who's thinking of doing that sort of thing is if it's a strong enough urge and you know it's definitely something you want to do, probably the sooner you do it, the better. For instance, what made it easy for me is I looked at myself and thought, well, I want to do this I can see myself doing this for another 20 years. And that's a long time. You know?
It is.
So I figure, well, because I made that decision to be, I suppose, a career real estate agent and do it for another 20 years, for me it was an easy decision. The sooner I do it, the sooner you get to where you want to be. And in most cases, you're obviously taking initially a backward step, because you've got to start from scratch, build your brand again, build your profile again. In the transition from the agency I was with to where I am now, I had 8, 9, 10 weeks of no profile. Zero profile. So you've got to start again. You just rebuild that. But yeah, again, it was easy. A backward step to possibly move forward in the future.
And it's working well, obviously.
Oh, absolutely, mate.
You're pumped about it. Is there, just last question, is there anything that you would have done differently, being a real estate salesperson, a successful one, doing well, and moving across into your own office? Is there, with Craig, is there anything else you would have done differently, advice you could give people in the transition of that?
Oh, yeah, good question, mate. Mate, I don't think we've got any regrets. We're really pumped about what we've been able to achieve in a short period of time. One thing, I think we feel we've done everything the right way. We're not interested in just having anyone work within our company. We're looking for good people, first and foremost, the way they treat people. Similar, I suppose, ambition and work ethic. And whether that's someone who's new into real estate with minimal experience but is the right fit, that's the type of person we're after.
So you look for energy and that sort of stuff?
Energy, more so attitude. The type of person they are. I mean, you sit down with someone and on the first few minutes as to whether you get a good vibe off their personality and whether they're a likeable person. And we're not interested in having people who are going to go out there and rub people the wrong way and damage the name. Particularly McGrath, it's a fantastic name. And, because if someone's got something bad to say about a real estate, or they've had a bad experience with a real estate agent, they don't necessarily remember the agent, but they remember the brand. Definitely. And so for us, brand integrity is probably the #1 priority, keeping that brand integrity, knowing that the guys that are in our office are going out there, they're treating people the right way, they're honest, they're transparent, they're doing what they say they're going to do, they're not arrogant, and just good people. And that's far more important to us. So I feel that we probably have done it the right way. I know that it'd be easy to, when you're starting out, we started with 3 of us, we're now up to 10 or 11 here. It could have been easy to just take on anyone. And build the numbers and fill seats quickly, but in the long run I think that actually does more damage to your business than good.
I agree. That's awesome. There you go, guys. Justin Taylor doing his thing down here with his partners?
Yeah, Craig.
Just one? Craig? There's no other partner in the business? No. So him and Craig just doing their thing, doing great stuff. And I loved hearing that. Anything you would have done differently? Not really. You're just moving in the direction that you think is pretty good for you. That's great. If people have any questions for you, can they just put it in the post underneath and ask you anything?
Yeah,
maybe
absolutely.
People establishing their own business at the moment or whatever?
Yeah, definitely happy to have a chat and that's what should be more of it in this industry,
I agree. Unreal. Thanks, mate. So if you've got any questions for Justin, just put them in the post underneath. I'll shoot them across to him, or he'll see them and then can answer them. Question for the day: are you living your passion, and are you doing what it is that you truly want to do? Thanks, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
All right, guys. Look forward to seeing you on the next video.